Hey everyone. Ever wonder what really makes NBA legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson so dominant? Sure, they had talent pouring out of them, but there's way more to the story than just skill. Today, we're diving deep into the world of NBA practice, exploring the rigorous routines, relentless dedication, and mental toughness these guys had that fueled their legendary careers. So kick back, relax, and let's uncover the untold stories behind their success. Because it's about time we talked about what shaped these players and how they redefined the game. First up, let's take a quick look at where it all began. Shaquille O'Neal was born in Newark, New Jersey, and moved to San Antonio, Texas during his teenage years. Growing up, he had a keen interest in basketball. We're talking about a giant kid who would dominate the court. With early influences like his stepfather, who was a military man, Shaq learned about discipline and hard work. This early training set the tone for his entire basketball journey. Now, let's switch gears to Allen Iverson. Born in Hampton, Virginia, AI faced his own set of challenges. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, basketball was his escape. He was a standout in high school, dazzling everyone with his quickness and confidence. His time on those courts lit a fire in him and paved the way for a unique approach to the game that differed from traditional methods. All right, let's talk practice, a word that brings to mind some sweaty sessions in a gym, right? Shaquille O'Neal approached practice like he approached a buffet, with enthusiasm. He focused heavily on physical training and conditioning, spending hours perfecting his post moves and rebounding techniques. From free throws to footwork drills, Shaq knew that becoming unstoppable required relentless effort. He loved to dominate in practice because he knew it would translate to game time. On the flip side, we have Allen Iverson, who had a much more laid-back philosophy when it came to practice. If you remember his famous press conference, you know he had a knack for speaking his mind. AI often said that he didn't believe in conventional practice. Instead, he showcased his skills in game-like situations. His style of street ball could be seen as unorthodox by some, but it worked wonders as he defined his own way of preparing for battle on the court. Now that we've got the routines down, let's dive into the mental side of things, the part that really separates the legends from the rest. Shaquille O'Neal dealt with immense pressure from day one. As one of the most dominant players, expectations were sky high. But he had a special mindset during pivotal games. He embraced challenges and often rose to the occasion. Shaq was not just a player, he was a leader who inspired his teammates to step up their game too. Then there's Allen Iverson, who faced both on-court and off-court battles. From his tough upbringing to his struggles with injuries and criticisms, he encountered a lot of adversity. But AI turned his struggles into fuel for his performances. He channeled his emotions into what fans remember as one of the most exciting styles of play. The resilience he showed in the face of skepticism and judgment is truly remarkable. So how did their unique practice habits affect their game? Let's break it down. For Shaquille O'Neal, that relentless focus on physical conditioning translated into sheer dominance during games. With unmatched strength and agility, he redefined the position of center. The numbers? Absolutely staggering. Shaq put up insane stats that will be talked about for years. He showed that hard work in practice pays off big time. On the other hand, Allen Iverson brought a whole new vibe to the game. His improvisational style and scoring ability became memorable for fans. The way he used creative tactics on the court made defenders look silly. AI changed how point guards were perceived, showcasing that you didn't have to be a traditional playmaker, you could be a scoring machine instead. Let's talk about how these two legends were perceived by the media and society at large. This is where things get interesting. Shaquille O'Neal was often celebrated for his hard work and success. Shows, endorsements, and memes, you name it, he had it. Shaq embraced his celebrity status, and honestly, who could blame him? He was the bigger-than-life figure on and off the court. Now, Iverson? He experienced a very different treatment. While Shaq basked in the glory, Iverson faced a lot of criticism over his unconventional approach, particularly regarding his practice habits. Many said he didn't take his job seriously, which couldn't be farther from the truth. AI was actually deeply passionate about the game, but the media often portrayed him as a rebel, reinforcing stereotypes that followed him throughout his career. Looking back now, both of these legends have left an indelible mark on the NBA that's impossible to ignore. Shaquille O'Neal's impact on the game is massive. He revolutionized the role of the center and created a legacy around power and precision. Beyond basketball, Shaq's presence in popular culture has made him a figure that transcends the sport. Allen Iverson, too, is unforgettable. He brought a fresh attitude to the league, influencing a whole generation. His style, flair, and grit have inspired countless players to embrace their individuality on and off the court, breaking stereotypes in the process. In the end, both Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson show us that there's so much more to greatness than just the talent gene. Their contrasting styles, mental toughness, and unconventional paths made them the ballers we remember today. So next time you watch a game, keep in mind the hard work, determination, and unique approaches of these NBA legends. It's a reminder that dedication comes in many forms. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Who do you think had the best practice habits?